Alright, so, once again, my name is Sean O'Brien. And it's John. How do you say your last name, John?
Togans.
Alright, we're doing 5 laps in a Porsche Cayman S.
Yeah.
So, the mirrors are all set up for me, right? I'll be watching what's going on behind us. If there's a car coming up on us quick, I'm going to turn on the hazards. I'll place my hands on the wheel, and I'll instruct you to either be on the right or the left for that pass to happen safely. If we're coming up on a car that we're going to make a pass on, they're going to show us that same courtesy, turn on their hazards. I'll place my hands on the wheel, and I'll instruct you to pass either on the right or the left. When we're out on track, I'm going to be pretty much talking to you the whole time, giving you those tips and pointers, helping you improve. One of the things that's really important is that you just carry good, constant, and consistent brake pressure all the way through your braking zone. It's going to help keep the car balanced and predictable for when you need to turn in. Then, as you turn in, you balance all the way through the corner. Once you get to the apex of the corner, that's when you can start to squeeze down on the throttle and unwind the wheel, ending up at your exit. Once you end up at that exit point, steering wheel straight, car's pointing the right direction, squeeze to full throttle, all right?
Got it.
I'll let you go as fast as you want, as long as you're doing things right. One other thing, when you get down on the full throttle on this car, I don't know if you know, on this car, the Audi R8 and the Porsche Turbo, it's got the kick-down gears. At the end of the throttle stroke, if you touch that button, it'll force it down. The only time I really have a problem with it is maybe coming out of the hairpin or coming out of turn 2. It's people, they get really confident right halfway through the turn, they get on it, and then it forces the downshift to happen, and then as it upshifts, and then you have to upshift again just to put it back down into a gear. So really important, just kind of squeeze on the throttle.
Gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha.
Just kind of use the momentum of the car to really kind of carry the speed through.
Yeah.
Eyes up. Look those couple steps ahead. So important. Avoid the tunnel vision effect or getting fixated on one point. Look through your corners. Look where you want to go. Right.
Got it.
Turn the wheel all the way to the left till it stops. It should stop right away. Perfect. Give it one full rotation to the right. Perfect right there. Hand position goes where? 9 and 3, right? A little bit lower. Thumbs just right there on those grooves, and you can see why, right? Your hands basically have to be there to do the gear changes. So upshift is on the right, downshift is on the left. We're only using about 3rd gear, really. We'll touch 4th onto the straightaway. We might use 2nd. I'll determine that while we're out there into the hairpin. But like I said, it's going to be mostly 3rd gear, so don't really overthink it. I'm assuming you're comfortable with the paddle shifts manual?
Yeah.
All right, cool. They are on the steering wheel. However, I'll never ask you to do a gear change in the middle of a corner, right? Always going to be doing your gear change in a relatively straight line. Throttling in a straight line, having a good time, upshifting or braking in a straight line, and downshifting.
Got it.
Got any questions?
No questions. Let's have fun.
Rock and roll. Foot on the brake. Pull us all the way down into drive, and then manual. Click once to the left. Perfect. Clear on the right. Start to pull on out. Obviously, wind yourself around this pylon here to the left. Make your way all the way down pit lane here. You're going to go all the way down to that barrier that says racing. And then start to hook it around to the left. Right about here, and it's that speed limit 200 sign. You're going to start to hook it around to the right. Obviously, we got that Mercedes SLS in front of us, so we'll let him. Alright, let's start pulling out to the right. Keep going and hold. There's one car coming after him. We should be good. You see the 2 blue cones to the left?
Yep.
It's going to be your track entrance. About 3 seconds, we'll go through them. Let's start turning the wheel to the left and head on to track. Squeeze onto that throttle, straighten out, do your first upshift. Stay left side of the track, that green cone, that's your first turn in point for turn 1. Start turning it into the right, cross into the track towards your apex. Start to squeeze onto the throttle and unwind the wheel, ending up right next to your exit. Good, keep going, keep going. Upshift. Upshift. And start applying the brakes. Get used to the brakes. Downshift once. Start scanning through your corner and turn it down towards your apex. About 2 wheels, that red and white paint is all good. Squeeze back on throttle. Start to unwind the wheel. Exit to your left. Keep on going. Keep on going. Start braking. Brake in that straight line. Start you turning to the right towards your apex. Start to squeeze back onto the throttle, but keep it tight to the right. You only want to come out maybe car length or 2. A little bit of brake here, then turn in left. Squeeze back onto throttle. Exit wide right. Work your way to the left. Apply the brakes, downshift once, and turn in. Balance all the way around. Start to squeeze back onto the throttle, exit about middle of the track, and then work your way to the right. Upshift, touch brake here, then turn in left. Back on throttle, straight through, drift out to the left-hand side. A little bit of brake. So we want to come out a little bit wider there. that'll give us a wider run through this turn 1 here, so we can carry more speed on straight up. I'll help you with that one next lap. Keep going, keep going. Upshift. And brake hard. Downshift once. Start your turn in. Off the brakes. Back onto throttle. Get a little tighter to your apexes. Keep going, keep going. Brake hard. Still on brakes. Start your turning. Come off of the brakes. Start to squeeze back on throttle. Work your way to the right. So right here is just a touch of brake, and then turn in. Back on throttle. More throttle. More throttle. Now work your way to the left. Apply the brakes. See how that kind of smooths that line out? Turn it into the right. Balance all the way around. Start to squeeze back on throttle and work your way to the right. Touch a brake here. Turn in left. So basically it's a straight line, right? Turn in here. So it's straight, brake, and then turn in. Get the car rotated and then throttle and unwind. So come out real wide. It's basically just simplifying. Don't worry about trying to follow that chicane all the way through. Simplify it. Upshift. Brake hard. Downshift. Turn in. Smooth towards your apex. Keep turning. Keep turning. Now start to throttle and unwind. Good. Nice. Keep going and start to brake. Turn in. Squeeze onto throttle. It's a squeezing motion. Work your way to the right. Just a touch of brake. Turn in. Balance. Balance. Throttle. Exit wide. And work your way to the left. Apply the brakes. And start your turn in. Stay on the brakes a little bit as you corner in this one. It'll help rotate the car a little bit more. So obviously we want to get the car, slow down enough, but it's really important to stay on the brakes a little bit as you corner for that one, just to kind of lighten up the rear end so it rotates a little bit better, just for that tight one, because it's such a tight corner. Turn in, balance all the way around, squeeze onto throttle, and unwind. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Upshift. Brake hard, downshift. Start your turn in. Balance. Wait to throttle. Now throttle. A little wide on that one.
Yeah.
Keep going. Brake hard. And turn in. Keep that tight right line. Back on throttle. Work your way to right. Just a touch of brake. Turn in left. Back on throttle. Let the car come out wide now. Let it come out wide. Keep going. More throttle. Work your way to left now. Brake hard in a straight line. Stay on the brakes as you start to corner, and then come off the brakes. Keep turning. Keep turning. More, more, more. All right, now keep this tight right line. Lift off the throttle. There's a car on our left. Whoa, never mind. He fell way back. Keep on going. Keep on going. Turn in left. All right, straight through. So remember, go all the way out to the left. Wait to turn in. Wait to turn in. Now turn in. Get rotated. Throttle. Squeeze and unwind. Upshift. Upshift. Brake hard. Downshift. And start your turn in. Good balance. Back on throttle. Start to unwind. Nice. Brake. And turn in. Alright, so let's just kind of coast. We're going to stay right behind this guy.
Yep.
Because this is going to be our in lap. I want everything to kind of cool down as well. So stay to the left side of the track, and then we'll follow this in through the pits.
Got it.
So it's all about learning the different cars, right?
Yeah.
Every car has its own, its own thing to it. They have different handling characteristics, right, to the white Tacomas.
Got it.
Learning the car's capabilities, obviously learning the track as well, as you know, and then making sure that you're sticking to that good, smooth racing line, and then building up your pace as you go. And that's really what happened out there. So nice job.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
But yeah, it's all about kind of finding that balance. And this car's a really fun car to drive. It's very manageable because it's so light and the balance is so good on it. Turn it into the right here. Yeah, park it in between the turbo and the R8. It's a really fun car to drive. It doesn't have the horsepower, obviously, as the others. So momentum.
This thing moves though.
Yeah, the momentum plays a huge factor in it. So as long as you're kind of getting your marks down and everything like that, it's it's definitely a rewarding car to drive.
Yeah,
so
yeah, definitely.
It's cool.
I could get used to it if I had, you get
Oh,
extended
yeah.
time, you know, out there and everything.
Yeah.
But you know, just the track is so, you know, it's predictable. You know, you got your right hands and you know, you're like one left hand turn,
Yeah.
and it's like
The elevation changes and the chicane is, you know, really the technical parts of it.
Right.
Where people mostly
you
kind
kind
of
of
struggle a little
yeah,
bit.
you kind of got to see it a few times before you could really hit it perfectly.
Yeah, the trick to going over 4 is really most people turn in too late and they never get their apex there.
Right.
So kind of treat it almost as an early apex corner. You know, part of that is because you're going downhill, so the front end's kind of washing away,
Right.
and you're getting a little bit of that understeer effect. So it's definitely manageable because you are facing downhill. So if you're facing downhill, where's all the weight? It's up front, right? So it can kind of make the rear end a little bit light. It plays havoc on balance. So it's really important to have your, you know, to really understand the fundamentals of balancing a car and weight transfer through there. And the chicane, simplify it. Everybody overthinks that corner.
Yeah.
That's the one thing.
Let's
It's
just
like
come in,
turn in and then just go straight through it.
and then
Everybody
turn.
wants to follow the lines
they
or
wanna
do
do
something
this
crazy
number. Yeah.
or hug the inside. So it's all about, you know, just kind of finding those little niches and going from there.
Yeah.
Nice job, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you for what you do.